Back now on TriadToday, and I keep saying as we come out of each commercial break, I apologize for the laryngitis because I don't want you to think I'm being rude to the guests, which I am anyway. But next to me, two very beautiful and talented people, and I want you to meet them right now. Lori Bates, our director. Let's meet Brittney Gaspari, who's Vice President of Community Investment for our good friends at the Winston-Salem Foundation, and Dad Barber, who's making a return visit, probably against his will. He's the Executive Director of Forsyth Futures. Welcome, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Brittney, I'm going to start with you. Tell me about the Winston-Salem Foundation's Community Grants Program and the kind of grants that you provide.
Yeah, so the foundation makes grants 6 times a year to nonprofit organizations that are serving Forsyth County. Last year we granted more than $2.4 million to local organizations that are working in a really wide range of areas but focused on Forsyth County. And this year we're on track to actually exceed that amount in our community grant making. And with this, we have Forsyth Futures, who is one of our community grant recipients and has been for a number of years.
They're great folks, aren't they?
They're wonderful.
And there's the lead in to Dan right there. Dan, for people that maybe haven't seen us talk before on air or haven't read about it, what's the mission of Forsyth Futures?
So Forsyth Futures is the community data and evidence partner. We do research and provide data and evidence behind community initiatives and challenges that face the community in an effort to give scientific background and the ability to evaluate issues from a scientific perspective and make funding decisions, make strategic decisions with regard to planning and investment in the community using data and evidence rather than just colloquial information.
Right. Now give me an example of a community partnership maybe for which you provided data, just so I can sort of grab hold of what you're saying.
Sure. For the last few years, we've been involved with the Forsyth Promise as an example. It's a very broad-based community educational cradle-to-career partnership. Recently, we became actively involved with a new partnership, the Collaborating for Clients, or C4C initiative, that is funded in great part by Feeding America in this community, and then many community partners and many local nonprofits are involved in that initiative as well. And it addresses issues that are related to hunger in some way or fashion.
All right, let me try to grasp this. And the Cece and Meredith sent me an email, and they said to ask you about core community indicators. Mm-hmm. Now, how does that come into play, especially if you're trying to help nonprofit agencies? Explain it for me.
So the core community indicators are those things that we typically invest a lot of time to develop data assets that are moving targets for the community to address issues in a very broad sense. They relate to issues of health and education, social services, social justice, things of that nature in the community. We provide a picture of where the community is at so that community organizations, the funding agencies, the community nonprofits can target goals and use those as a rationale for investing funds.
Well, what you guys are doing has got to be helpful, for example, to local governments if they're trying to make decisions on economic development projects or investments or whatever, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Local government is another major client.
Yeah. Now, what types of reports or studies do you have available online that just a regular guy like me can go and look at and see what's going on?
Sure. So right now there's an Access to Healthcare Studies, a comprehensive report that was completed. It's about 2 years ago now. We also have available, and we'll have available in greater form, more substantial form very soon, our poverty study, which is an initiative that we've been working on for the past year.
Alan Joines was working on that. We had him on the show, when I think that first kicked off, and trying to get a handle on the poverty situation.
He is, absolutely, and we actually partnered with the city to provide them data to support their efforts in the thought force. And we're also completing a comprehensive study that's broader in terms of the reach. It covers all of Forsyth County.
Brittney, I want to bring all this back to you and just sort of, if you would, brag on the foundation and brag on Dan and Forsyth Futures and how is this partnership working? How do you think it's working?
Yeah, we really value Forsyth Futures, and we have supported them with community grants for a number of years. But beyond just the grant making, we really see them as a key partner to the foundation. The data that they collect, the community indicators that they track, all of that information helps us make better informed decisions when it comes to our grant making and our community leadership activities.
Right. I just think it's great what y'all are doing. Thanks for everything. And I want to put up a couple of websites. One is forsythfutures.org. The other is for our good friends at wsfoundation.org, Winston-Salem Foundation. To Brittney and Dan, don't be strangers. Come back, will you?
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
And I'll try to have a better voice when you come back. But you have a great voice for the community. So see, it's all working out. Oh, thanks a lot. We'll be right back.